Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the Scouring demo. Today's video is going to be a 4 versus 4 game, and on my team it's me, the Perfect Gamer, with my teammate Tataran 7160er, and then Tartar, and Habibulin Razil 129 player. And then on the enemy team it's going to be Almanov SS, Ace, Elite Hans, and Harry Butterglove. And to start, I'm going to be doing the archer build so I can get the sawmill and barracks right away so I can mass produce archers. And then I also make 2 farms. And then for some reason, by the time I just finished my buildings, red and orange are only now starting to make their buildings. That's funny. That's why I asked making buildings. So I don't know what's going on here, because I'm gonna have units already by the time they're just started making their buildings. But this team is actually making warriors, so it's not going to be dying as fast. And I guess Red had a problem with speaking English well, so I guess I assumed he's a Russian player. So I started to try to talk to him in Russian. I told him to build a farm, or farms, because he was like starving. And he said, very well. And pretty much I'll just put these archers here to try and get some XP from these wolves. I'm going to speed it up a little, because not much is going to be happening. And here he said, let's put all our units in one place. So I guess maybe like in the middle here, in a choke point. This is a very nice way to level up archers, because they are very likely to miss, which means that they're not going to be able to finish this wolf camp. So by the time they kill a wolf, another one will spawn already. And pretty much to start, all of my teammates are going to be making swordsmen here. Then warriors for the orc player. And I'm the only one that's going to be making archers at the start. Then the enemy team, the blue player is making archers. Teal player is making swordsmen. The white's making swordsmen. And then yellow just making a mix of warriors and a few archers. And here I just take my group of archers to try and clear my way to the middle, so we can hold a better position on the map. I just leave some archers here in case some skeletons want to say hello here. Then these archers will be able to defend. But then I guess I saw there was no skeletons, so I just put them on top here to try and get some XP.
Our town is under siege.
Now I could have had maybe gotten more XP if I put them around the tower, so they would miss more, but I was thinking of clearing this faster so I can actually get to the middle. On here are some skeletons, of course.
Job's done.
And I guess the orange player was struggling a little bit against the skeletons. Lost a few peasants. And then I just made one swordsman just to capture the outpost. And then you see that the peasants are walking too far to get some extra wood. So I thought that it's about time to clear these wolves here, so my peasants can chop this wood right here. And then here I get rushed by skeletons and some wolves. But I have too many archers, so none of my peasants died. Oh, also, you saw this orange peasant here. Pretty much if one of them gets hurt too much, you can just send them to the gold mine. And then he will heal over time. And then you can send a healthy one to your farm. And pretty much, I'm just upgrading my town hall to try and get more Cavaliers, pretty much.
Upgrade complete.
I guess blue, teal, and white player are going to be making Cavaliers also. You have stables for both blue and teal. Then I think white's going to be making Cavaliers also. I pretty much go to the middle to try and clear this, so we can have a better position here. And then I wanted to shoot these bandits a little bit, but purple decided to climb up here and kill them a little faster. So there you go. Made my first Cavalier here.
Job's done.
I'm just going to be mass producing them, but also making peasants. Because it looks like you don't need that many peasants because you only have one base, but space has a lot of gold. So making a good amount of peasants is still a good idea. And then I guess orange is starving here. And I wasn't really sure why. He's gonna just send his workers over here to gather some food. That's why I told Orange, make some farms. But then he did start making farms. But I was expecting him to like put his peasants here, so he wouldn't be starving, but kind of had a difficult time doing that. And then I typed, you have 3 farms. Like, what are you doing? Why are you not getting food? But then Red said, who are you asking? And I said to Orange. But then I guess I wasn't sure if he was a Russian player or not, so I typed it in English as well. But he still didn't send workers here for some reason. So yeah, kind of funny. But then I saw that my teammates have too many warriors, and that they're just gonna get destroyed if they don't make any Cavaliers or Munchers. So I then mentioned that they need to make Cavaliers later on. Then I said, what does Orange speak? He's like, donut farm in here. These 3 empty farms. So I don't get it. And then he never talked this whole game, so I'll never know what he speaks. But as we can see, the blue player has auto Cavaliers, yellow has auto Cavaliers, white has auto Cavaliers, and I guess yellow's starting to make Munchers as well. So if this army attacked us right now, then we would be very dead. It's just swordsmen and warriors are not going to be able to hold this position. And this is when I tell them to need to make cavalry or horses. Because I saw there was like too many swordsmen here. But purple, I guess, is actually making Munchers. And then he has auto archers in his base for some reason. Because we can just leave like the archers, like one right here and right here. It'll give you auto vision, so you don't really need to leave your troops at home unless you have something like this here where there's not vision. It's not auto vision here, so you can just leave some archers here to farm the skeletons that come out of the darkness.
Our allies' town is under siege.
And then I saw their red was starving out of it, so I told them to make more farms. And then this is why leaving cannons in the back of your base isn't a good idea. Because they're just going to be blasting your own peasants and farms here. It's more safe to have some archers. And I guess it was kind of
Our forces are under attack.
very defensive, and not much was happening. I was just farming some skeletons here, so I'm just gonna speed it up.
Our town is under siege. Research complete.
I upgraded my peasants, made the church,
Our forces
and also got the cure ability. So you go, just a few archers can hold this position very well. And so pretty much purple and red actually making good units, the Cavaliers and Munchers. I guess
our forces are under
white was saying, what the heck? Because I guess the blue player destroyed the church and some other building of the teal player here. But I guess it was just to make more space, because teal already has the cure ability research, so you don't really need a church anymore.
forces are under attack.
On here I was trying to farm some wolves, but my archers accidentally killed a final wolf, and now there's no more wolves that I can farm there. And I guess my teammates are having a hard time managing food. Wow. Orange still is not using these farms here. Well, that's incredible. Well, I guess he found out that one farmer gives 60 food, and every additional farmer gives only 30 food, so it's only good to have one farmer per farm, I guess. I'm not really sure. But then he would be farming these empty farms too, so. But I guess he's new, so it's fine. He'll learn the mechanics eventually.
Our allies are under attack.
Oh, and at this time, enemy team decides to attack. The red's gonna be just triple teamed here. So he's gonna lose most of his units, but guess he held long enough for my reinforcements to come. And even more Cavaliers in the back here. I didn't really want to show my archers here, because they could just run in here and murder them. So I tried to place them behind some Munchers and my Cavaliers. And then blue thought that running through here is going to be helpful, but he just got more surrounded by everyone's units here on my team. He's just going to be losing all these Cavaliers. So there you go. That was a big battle. I guess red lost most of his units because he was in the front line.
Under attack.
Then purple lost a good amount of his Munchers. But I pretty much maybe lost like 5 Cavaliers. And maybe a few archers. And then I saw that we had like a defensive position here. Or I assumed that there was even more buildings here. Because I only saw this, so maybe they had more. So that's why I decided to go back. That's what I typed, to go back in Russian. And then pretty much Again, it's going to be a very slow build up pretty much until the next attack, so gonna speed up again. Oh, and I guess I was also preparing the cannons with the siege artillery, because they're a bit more effective on this map, because there's only one path, so if you use warriors or swordsmen, then they're just gonna get destroyed. And I saw that purple didn't have rage ability, so I told him to make it by making an altar, because all these munchers are gonna be way more useful when they're enraged.
Our forces are under attack.
And here you go, we can see how the cannons are not that great at defending from zombies or skeletons. And I guess I was trying to type purple's name, Tartar, but I accidentally typed Tatar. But then I guess I saw that red also didn't have the ability, so I told him to build a church and then get the ability.
Our allies' town is under siege.
I told purple to get rage. And I told him that your units will do more damage when they're enraged, and he did start researching it, so it'll be more useful when fighting now. And then I saw that they were shooting cannons, so I tried to move my cannons forward, try and shoot them back. But then I guess purple player kind of annoyed that he lost all these cannons, so he rushed in and killed these cannons. That's kind of funny that the enemy just sent their cannons forward. They didn't have any units close by to actually defend them. And here I saw that purple was fighting here, so I was like, might as well go help him, so he wouldn't be throwing away his army. And then blue decided to run through here. He could have actually destroyed my cannons here, but he decides to retreat anyways. And then the teal players would have been late, because most of his team's army is dead. He's not gonna be able to help much. And here I went back to try to push my cannons forward so we can bombard this position. And so then I just clear this little guard tower. And then I'm able to continue pushing because I have a lot of cannons here. And I guess teal player is just trying to bait me in here into the cannon fire, but I didn't feel like getting blasted, so I just pushed my cannons forward to try and bombard these positions. There you go, just clear this whole tower. Then purple decides to attack here for some reason, even though I'm just bombarding them. So then I just, I guess, attack anyways, because purple's losing his stuff. So might as well fight with him. Now I try to tell my archers to go over here, because if they could walk for here, but they decided to make a whole circle around this tower. So I just sent him back here. Now they're just going to be doing a lot of damage behind my Cavaliers. And pretty much this enemy position is now destroyed. Then some of my units were getting auto separated, so I try to move them back here to secure this position. But then red attacks here for some reason, even though he sees all these cannons, so it's not going to be worth losing all your units here, which is why I stayed back here, where I could bombard the defensive positions before attacking. On here, Teal did a good move. He actually went in here and slaughtered this whole archer army pretty much. And then he started murdering even more of my archers. And then blue's gonna try to target fire my cannons, so I can't advance as much. But here I just fight, because I have a lot of potions and healing. So I was certain that I was going to win here, so might as well fight him here. So pretty much orange got annihilated pretty fast, and I just beat pretty much all the 3 players here. Yellow's army died here, then teal's, and then blue's army somewhat died. But teal is afraid, because he knows his levels on his Cavaliers are not good enough, and that my level 3 Cavaliers are just gonna destroy him. So I guess he decided to try to sit in his base. And I saw that this position wasn't defended really well, even though I have no more cannons. I decided to attack here.
Our forces are under attack.
And I guess blue was asking the teal player, like, what are you doing? Why are you not helping yellow? He's being murdered here. But then blue attacked here by himself, so I just scare him off. And then after all these battles, my Cavaliers are still alive and fighting on. And of course at home I'm remaking all the units that I lost. But I kind of forgot that I put my command for my cannons to go here, so I kind of lost a few of them. Oh, then teal came here with blue. I had to quickly reform my units here to try and fight this huge army. As we can see, the enemy has a lot more Cavaliers, but pretty much most of my Cavaliers are level 3. They're just going to be destroying these level 1 Cavaliers, as we can see here. That's pretty much one level 3 Cavalier. It's just as strong as 4 level 1 Cavaliers. So that's why I was able to win here. Because every Cavalier that's level 1, you do like 4 damage to level 3 Cavalier. The level 3 Cavalier does 18 damage to level 1 Cavalier. So, that's why you just get slaughtered so quickly. As we can see, the white player lost most of his Cavaliers. And blue has just a few Cavaliers, and then teal has just a group of Cavaliers now. Then the yellow got illuminated by his building being destroyed by some skeletons. And I tell them to go back. I say that I need potions. Because I was kind of fighting for the past 10 minutes or more. So I just needed to refuel my potion stocks. Because some of my units don't have any potions.
Our allies are under attack.
And I could get the reinforcements for the archers. And then more Cavaliers. And I went back here just to get the potions. And then I said, alright, let's go attack white player. Because I was going to attack from the south here. It would be a little easier than going through here, through the cannons of a teal player. I could also go and attack blue, but it was a little close to his cannons, so it's easier to attack white from the bottom here. But then I assumed that I would be able to finish the game with just a few archers to be able to just murder some of these defenders here, but it didn't go as I expected. So then later on I had to make a lot of cannons to push them further. Oh, and I guess teal actually got up here. He murdered purple's cannons. I don't know why purple just left his cannons here to die. He could have just taken them off and let all these units shoot at him. Then purple and red decide to attack, you know, most defensive position here. Just lose all their units pretty much. So there you go. Just getting surrounded and blasted. Then I tried to attack from bottom here. Then I saw that these archers are slaughtering my archers too fast, so I decided to retreat. And I tried to get more cannons. But then I saw this base, so this was a good opportunity to slaughter all these units here. Now pretty much there's no more gold left on a map that's like mineable pretty much, that anyone can control. And then I said we need to bombard them. And then I have just have so much gold. Crazy. 30,000 gold. I won't be able to even use it all up in time. And then the red team, I guess, yes, 300 gold. And then you're just stealing from orange out of it here. Then orange has 5,000 gold. Pretty much no wood somehow. Then purple has about like 4k gold left, maybe. Now let's see, white player. He has 7,000 gold. He could have actually made some units, but unfortunately he doesn't have much wood, so he can't really make any more archers or cavaliers. He can only make auto swordsmen. And then teal player also has just a few resources. And then blue has maybe like 3,000 gold. And here I'm just waiting for my cannons to get here, because they're taking forever. So I was just holding this position. And I guess blue was trying to bait us in here to the cannon fire. And some units did die here, so. I guess we try to rush these cannons. If they don't do anything about these cannons, then you're gonna get bombarded. So pretty much we kill most of the cannons, but then they still decide to fight here. And they're now gonna pretty much lose most of their units. But then of course they're baiting my units back here into the cannon fire. And the cannons are just gonna melt away the level 3 Cavaliers. So there you go, that was a big battle as well. But I still have a lot of units left to continue fighting. But then I'm just trying to build up my cannons here. They're just slowly moving up, because we have to move all the way from here, from bottom. So it's going to take some time. And now I send more reinforcements to fill up my groups of Cavaliers. And then I decide to make a town hall here, so I can buy potions here if I need to, instead of going back all the way to the left part of the map.
Research complete.
But I guess it would be nice if they added the resource transfer ability. And basically, so that I'll be able to send my gold to my teammates. As you can see, I have 25,000 gold. Not even need it that much, because I already have a full army. All my teammates have so a little bit of gold left. So I could have maybe sent them some. I went down here to try and check if they're mining from this base, and they were not.
Our town is under siege.
And so pretty much I send my units down here. Oh, but then I was in control of these cannons, because on the bottom of my base I got a little bit overrun by the skeletons. But I don't really need all these peasants, they're just standing here, so it's not a big deal that I lost some peasants here, because I can just send them back to work. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing to mine on the left part of the map, so I can just leave these peasants to shoot the skeletons. And now I finally regrouped my units. And this is pretty much 4 control groups of units. 1 control group of Cavaliers on number 1, and then 2nd group on number 2. I have my archer group on number 3, and my cannons on control group 4. And so here I start bombarding white. He doesn't really have much of a choice but to attack here. But it's not going to be effective because my army is just too huge and too powerful with all the levels. So I just keep bombarding. But then blue manages to go on the south here. Now it's kind of a little slow to realize. And only now I send in my units to try and save my cannons. But eventually, white has pretty much almost nothing left here. But then teal tried to snipe my cannons also. But now it's pretty much sandwiching him with all my Cavaliers. Then I saw that all my allies were fighting here, so I just decided to full send here and just send my whole army in. The white player surrenders because he really has nothing left pretty much. And now I'm just bombarding his cannons here. So over time, teal player will fall eventually. Yeah, accidentally got my teammates warriors a little bit too much. Then even orange sends even more reinforcements, even though he had these Cavaliers here too. This is the final stand of teal. It's brave Cavaliers fighting to the last. But the force was too strong. And I just said GG to my teammates. And then blue surrendered. And then teal was pretty much destroyed. And that's pretty much the end of the match. Let's see the results. So even though I might relatively the same as everyone else, I just killed so many units that I had about 30,000 gold left. So that was a interesting game. Yeah, my Cavaliers were just too good. I'm murdering skeletons and just having a good KD ratio. Alright, this is the end of the video. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos on the demo or the Scouring demo. And thanks for watching, and goodbye.